can say
You are good.
them.
We're recording.
Okay, it froze. Everybody was frozen.
Oh, I was like, okay. Pointing like this.
Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to our Sunday night Challenger Zoom. This is a time for us coaches to kind of get together and be able to spend some time going through some of the things that have helped us and mentoring you guys a little bit, but also helping each other out. So if you have questions or comments, please post them in the group chat and we will try to address those as we go. And it's not going to be just me. Anybody else who wants to jump in and who has information or who wants to share, please just unmute yourself or raise your hand and I can unmute you or whatever. Okay, so a couple announcements. We have some people starting Clean Week this week. If you are starting Clean Week, please make sure you know how to get to your workouts and how to get to your nutrition stuff. And I'm going to do a little bit of that at the beginning on how to get to the nutrition plan. But I'd like you to make sure that you know what you're doing because you start tomorrow. Make sure you know how to make your Shakeology. Make sure you know how to take care of all the things you need to take care of for Clean Week because we really want you to have a successful Clean Week. For those of you who this is your second or third time, please try to level up. Push yourself with your workouts. Try a little harder with your nutrition. You can do this. You are good enough and important enough to take this on and you can handle this. Okay. The other announcement that we have is Beachbody has a new workout called Morning Meltdown. And there is a sample workout tomorrow, and we would love it if you guys would give it a try. It's 20 to 30 minutes. It's got some dance music, and even if you just watch it, so you can get an idea of what it's like. But it's a brand new program that comes out in July, and we would love to have you guys give it a try or even team up with other people. So please check in your groups, and if you're interested in trying that workout, post in your group so that everybody you can even do a Challenger Zoom where we can get you guys a link and you guys can do a Zoom and work out together and then kind of talk about what you liked or didn't like and whether or not you think it would be fun to try. I'm really excited for it. It's only 20 to 30 minutes and it's hardcore intensity workout, so it's my groove. So I'm really excited about this workout and I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. Hopefully sometime in the morning. I have my regular workout, my lifting one earlier, but then I really want to try Morning Meltdown, so I can't wait to do it. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk a little bit about nutrition. We're going to talk about how to stay on track with your nutrition, and I don't run really long calls, so this won't be very long. So if you have comments or questions, please post them in the chat because I don't want to miss something because when I'm done, we're done. So my first thing for everybody is figure out your nutrition plan for whatever your workouts are. So if you just purchased a nutrition plan, so say you're just doing Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, please make sure you start watching the videos. Don't just buy it. We want you to have success. So watch the videos. Even if you don't start doing the nutrition part now, watch the videos. Just start taking that on. Start watching the videos, taking in the information, and seeing what little steps you can start right now. If you are doing a workout program, so say you bought 21 Day Fix, or say you bought BOD at Beachbody On Demand, and you have picked that you're going to do Transform 20 or whatever, or Clean Week, whatever you guys are doing for this week. I'd like to show you where this is. So I'm going to share my screen, and I have it here. This is what your Beachbody On Demand is going to look like. This is what you're going to get when it pulls up. So what I want you guys to do is when you find your workout, so let's say you're going to do Transform 20 because there are lots of people doing this one. My computer's a little bit slow and I apologize for that, but it's old. I dug it out so that I could use it for tonight. You go here to Program Materials right here. And in the Program Materials, it will have your nutrition. Oops, let me see if I can scroll down. Well, I can't scroll down very well, but I'm going to click it anyway, see if it works. Ha, it did. There's nutrition. There it is. And you can go to the Beachbody Nutrition Guide, and it will show you, and you can print it if you need to print it, but it will show you your Beachbody Nutrition Guide. Now, Shanti was very flexible with his nutrition guide, and he said if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix and that's working for you, do it. And he said, if you're doing 2B Mindset and that's working for you, go ahead and keep doing that. And that's perfectly fine. But what I want you to make sure you do is that you look at your nutrition guide for your program, because it will have suggestions for meal plans. It will have suggestions for foods. And if you want to get the best results from your program, you will check out your nutrition plan. So here, on here, it has, it popped back up, sorry. Okay. So for every program that you have, every program has its own nutrition guide. Please look at your nutrition guide. There's one for Clean Week. There's one for every single program. Make sure you take a look at it. If you're doing 2B Mindset, take a look. If you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix, start watching the videos. You're not going to get anything out of it if you just buy it. It's not going to help you. So take a look at it, follow it, start doing a little bit every day. Even if the most important thing this week is that you drink water every day, do that. Oh. There are hairstyle tips on BOD now. That's not this.
Hey, priorities. She talks about important things like strong hair ties. Tell you what.
Okay.
I thought it was funny because I pulled it up earlier and it popped up and I was like, check that out. Because she wears, the girl who does the program that's coming out has crazy long hair and always has fun hairstyles.
Okay. So now there are hairstyle things. So you can not just look at your food videos, but you can watch hairstyle videos too. Now we know. Okay. So that's the first tip. Check your nutrition guide out. Follow it. Start listening to the videos. Start watching the videos. Read your nutrition guide. It is super important. All right. My second tip. This is one that I have to do. This is one that I have to revisit once in a while. And that is, if you have a big goal, you have to focus on your big goal. And the analogy that, or not analogy, but the story that I like to use is the one where Julius Caesar goes to England and he says, we can't take this, it's too big of an island. And then Julius Caesar says to his guys, burn the boats, we're taking England. You've got to get rid of all the stuff in your house that you can't control. If you can't control yourself when you're eating chips, get them out of the house, burn the boats. If you can't control yourself when you're around chocolate or alcohol or juice, whatever it is that undermines your success, this is your week. Burn the boats, get them out of your house, get it all out. You are important enough to, drink all your wine now so that you don't have to worry about it later this week. I'd hate for you to have to waste it. So if your big goal is to run a race, if it is to play with your kids, if it is to walk up the stairs, remember that goal every time you go to get whatever it is that's going to undermine that goal. It's so important to stay on plan, but it's so hard when it's been a long day, or you're emotional, or something bad happened, or you yelled at your kids, or you started crying and you can't stop, or it's that time of the month. Tornado warning in my area, sorry.
Okay, are you having a flood warning again?
Tornadoes, and I can't figure out how to make it stop. Hopefully it won't start again, sorry. Tornado warnings in Indiana. Don't come here. Okay.
We need that to go off whenever you go for the dark chocolate. We need to develop that app where it like senses that you're drinking the wine and it
like one of those emergency dogs, like seizure dogs. Like every time you go towards the thing, you're not supposed
Well,
to.
like they have those water bottles that like can track when you're drinking now. They have some water bottles that are app connected that you can track when you're drinking. We need the opposite.
yeah.
Track when you're not, so that when it alerts you, like, hey, stop.
Right. But when you think about what you want, what your goal is it to get off medication? Is it to play with your kids? Is it to lose weight, feel better, go to a wedding? Whatever your goal is, think about that goal. And when you're throwing out the chips or the chocolate chips or your, what I do at Halloween is I box up all the Halloween candy and I stick it in my husband's car so that he leaves the house and goes to work with it. So that when he comes home, I can give the kids some Halloween candy, but it's not home all day long. So first of all, they're not asking for it. And second of all, nobody's snitching it all day long. And that way, I have figured out a way to kind of monitor that candy without having to use my resources. Like I don't have to use all of my no's all day long. I can save those up for like 9 o'clock at night when I think I'm going to want that stuff. And I can say, you know what, that's all right. I'm good because I didn't have to use all those up all day long. Okay. That was 2. Number 3, make an emergency checklist for food. So if you're late, if you're running late, if you're hungry, if your kids are yelling, if you didn't buy the food for dinner, what is your emergency checklist? What do you have in the house that is healthy, that you can eat, that you won't feel bad about, that will make it so that you can take care of yourself and your family? So one of the things that I do for my family is we have a very, very regular meal plan. So 5 out of 7 days a week, we have exactly the same thing on those days. I know it's boring and I don't care. So when I go to the grocery store, I know what I have to get for those 5 days every week. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter. We always have the same things. And that way we have those things in the house. Every time I go to the grocery store, I make sure I have those 5 meals. And that way I know that those days are taken care of. And then I keep bags of cauliflower rice. I keep brown rice in the house. I keep frozen chicken breast. So there's some stuff that I always have in my house. And that way I always have meals that I can make when everything hits the fan, because I have to make sure that I'm taking the best care of me, but also the best care of them. So whatever your emergency checklist would be, what I suggest is that if you're new to this and you're trying to make changes, don't try to make all the changes in 1 week. You can't make 6 brand new meals this week. It's going to be crazy. You can't learn to make zoodles this week and learn to make cauliflower rice and learn to make 5 other brand new healthy things. Pick something. Pick a thing and substitute it in. 1 meal, 1 thing. If you're making rice, white rice, make it white and brown this week. If you're making brown rice, make a little bit of cauliflower rice to go with it. If you're having pasta, maybe eat the meat from the pasta on a salad instead of eating the pasta this week. Pick 1 meal, pick 1 thing, and have a success with that. All right, let's see here. Just make sure it's a realistic plan and be ready for any kind of an emergency. One of the things for that is if you know you're going to be out running errands, take something with you. Take a bag of baby carrots and some peanut butter. Take something with you so you don't get stuck in traffic eating whatever goldfish you find on the floor of your car because you're starving because you haven't planned well enough. Take it with you. I have 1 little bag that I throw stuff into when I leave. So it might be like I throw a pepper and I throw, well, it's usually a pepper and peanut butter. But that way I have it with me. I might not eat it. I come home, I unpack it. That's fine. But I have it with me in case I get stuck out for some reason or another. All right. That was 3. Number 4. Be ready to pass on food. If you go to a party, if you go to a cookout, if you go to anything, be ready to say, well, you kind of have to pick something to say. My suggestion is saying, no thanks, I'm good. And that way you're reminding yourself, I don't need that, and I am actually good. I'm good right now. I don't need to have the cupcake or the bag of chips or the whatever it is that they're offering you. So have a phrase that you can say that you don't apologize for. I don't want you to go to something and say, I am so sorry, I can't have that. I am doing blah, 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 blah. Nobody wants to hear about it. Nobody wants to hear about your diet plan. Nobody wants to hear about what you're doing or not doing or eating or not eating. And it might change next week because you might find out you're allergic to something. You don't want to have to go through all that again. So just say, no thanks, I'm good. And no one is offended. Yeah, right, exactly. No thanks, I'm good. I'm not hungry right now. Or I'm good. And then you don't have to say, I don't want to eat that because X, Y, Z. It doesn't matter. You just have to have something to say, but don't apologize. Don't be sorry for taking better care of yourself, and don't be sorry for what you're doing to better your life and your family and get off medication, all those things, all those goals that you have. Nice. Yeah, this is one of those things in my house where we don't talk about any food, no nutrition, no talk like that about diet talk. We don't do it. Yeah. Okay. And number 5, this comes from a book that I read called Slim by Design. And this is to clear your counters. What you see is what you eat. And this is something that I have had to do, and I'm looking at my kitchen right now. I have cleared my counters. There's no cereal on the counters. There's no bread products out. I try to keep fruit available for the kids if I can keep it out, but clear your counters, because whatever you see is what you're going to eat. So keep them clear and only put the stuff out that you can snack on without feeling like you're sabotaging yourself. So, and it comes from a book called Slim by Design, and he did a bunch of research. He wrote a couple other books too, but this one's about how to lay out your house in a way that means that you're not constantly using that resource of saying no all day long. Instead, you are able to just walk through the kitchen, and you're not constantly thinking, should I eat that? Should I not eat that? Should I eat that? Should I not eat that? Should I eat that? It's all out of sight and out of mind. And so you don't have to use that resource until you're really ready to use it. Okay. That's all I have. Those are my 5 tips on how to stay. It was like 17 minutes.
No, those were so good. Thank you. I was just going to tell you, this is really good, because I think for me, I forget in the morning when the kids have breakfast, I need to get the food put up when they're done, because a lot of times they're eating, even though they're healthy, they're things that I don't need, or they're not healthy. They're my cereal, like cinnamon squares or whatever. But if it's out, it's tempting. If the bagels are out, I keep looking at them. I keep thinking, I really want a bagel. I really want a bagel. I've never thought about that. Does chocolate syrup thaw?
And that's a limited resource.
Not really. Not very well. But I was desperate and I needed it out of my fridge because I'm the one that will just, chug it. So I froze it. I didn't want to throw it away, so I froze it.
Nice. That's awesome. No, that was really helpful.
But saying no all day long is a limited resource.
Right. And I love that other thing I said,
okay.
Save your no's. That was my other big thing. I've never thought about that. If you're saying no to everything, you start to get ticked off and you're like, I can't say yes to anything. And then you're like, forget it all, That was really good. Thank you. Do y'all have any questions? Super helpful. I know for me, it helps me in the fridge too, to even have stuff not.
My internet keeps cutting out.
Oh. To not have stuff in front of me at the fridge. So when I open my refrigerator, it's not right in front of me. If there's stuff that I you know what I mean? Put stuff in drawers if it's best not to have.
Or farther in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do that with your lettuce, because then you'll end up like me and not have any because it all went bad.
Oh.
I opened up the only thing that I had left for lunch, and it was lettuce, and it was moldy. Not even just wilted. It was molded. It was bad.
Angie taught me to bring a bell pepper and eat it like an apple.
Mm-hmm.
It's
My
really
kids
good.
Will do that.
I do that with tomatoes. It's significantly less filling than a bell pepper, but it's delicious.
What?
Tomatoes, if you eat a tomato like an apple.
No, this was really good. Thank you so much.
They're messy.
Yeah, they're kind of juice on your face.
With paper towels, it's fine.
This is good.
Kelly, my internet keeps cutting out. I don't know if it's the tornado warning. Can you do the prayer? Because I keep cutting out. I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Because everyone's frozen. Okay. I can do that. Everyone's
I
not
can
frozen
hear
now.
you now.
Okay. Yes, I can pray. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for these really amazing tips tonight, Lord, that are going to help us to see that this whole journey is about freedom from food fear and freedom from negative body image and freedom from the lies that we can't control ourselves. And Lord, I just pray that the tips tonight help bring freedom, help those of us here tonight and those of us listening to this call to pick one thing to do this week to move us closer to food freedom, whether it's limiting our nose or setting ourselves up for success or getting rid of the things on the counter or choosing a win of making something healthier this week by swapping something out. Just that we'll have the courage to make that one choice, and that we'll high five ourselves, Lord, that choice is enough, instead of perfectionism that says we have to do it all at once. Lord, I just pray for freedom from perfectionism. I give thanks for Angie and her wisdom. I pray for our Clean Week challengers who are digging in and taking that baby step, that you would help them this week to start and have the confidence and courage. And for us in our challenge group with traveling and vacations and life in the summer, whether it's with school or work or kids or single life or college courses or whatever we have going on, God, that you would give us the desire to take time for ourselves and to not experience guilt for it, but to know that our lives are a priority. We thank you for all of the amazing foods that you created and the way they nourish our body. And I just pray that you would help us to continue to lean on one another and to provide that safe place for us to grow in community and freedom as we work towards living a healthier life. And we offer all these things in your holy name. Amen. All right, you guys, I will get the recording up. This was really good. You always do such a great job. Seriously, it's like so good. Like A+. I would give you like a smiley face sticker and a hug because I'm a pearl. So, all right. Have a good night, you guys. Take care.